Hello, I like to make today a Pokemon ice cream Nutella cake. What we need for this recipe, first of all, we need cake ball tins. They come in two parts. Also, if you don't have those, you can easily use a glass heat-proof type of containers. Make sure they are same. You can choose one of those smaller ones if you like make smaller cake, or you can choose slightly larger glass bowl, and we can bake cake in one part, and another part will be ice cream. So you can use same one, or you can use two exactly same ones, larger or smaller. So what we do with our cake ball tins, first of all, first tin, first half, place on a supportive dish and line with clean wrap or food wrap, like it's in other countries called, and make sure it's overhang on the sides. So make sure it's less wrinkles inside actually tin, and set aside for now. For the cake part, which is will be base part, what we need is, first of all, we need take small amount of butter and grease this part. Then what we do is we mix cake. For the cake, we can use vanilla cake mix, white cake mix, or a butter cake mix. Any white type of cake mixes will be okay. So one thing is only if you're using, for example, like a butter cake mix, it's require have 2 eggs. What we do is we use only egg white to make sure our cake batter it stays white. So we add egg whites, milk according to instruction on the back of the cake mix box. And what we do is we mix with electric mixer or with metal whisk according to instruction on the back of box. Once cake batter is ready, pour into prepared cake tin, place on a supportive dish, and place on also a small tray. Good idea to use small size of cake mix, vanilla butter or white cake mix, be only small, because we only use 1/2 of a cake bowl tins, because we don't need as much. And also reasons we put also on a tray, it's not only makes it easier to transfer to oven, it's also for any case of any spills of cake batter will come, it just makes easier to clean. So we place prepared cake into the preheated oven to 180 degrees Celsius, which is 350 Fahrenheit, and we bake for about 40 to 45 minutes, depends from your oven, or until skewer inserted into center comes out clean. So once it's baked, leave it, take it out from the oven and leave to cool down in a cake tin before we level top. For the top of our cake, what we need is we need ice cream. You can use vanilla ice cream, or can use strawberry ice cream. And what we do is we have to take for about 30 to 50 minutes. It depends how actually thick your ice cream is, out from freezer, to make sure it's actually softened and we're able to add coloring. So we need to add red gel food coloring, and we mix together. So once we add enough red gel food coloring to create a red color, of our top cake. If using a strawberry ice cream, you of course need less of red gel food coloring to add because it's already pink. I saw my ice cream being out from the freezer for about 1 hour to soften, and as you can see, it makes it very easy to distribute and mix gel food coloring. So take a small tray or plate and place supportive plate of a cake ball tin, place on top, and simply what we do is we pour our ice cream on top of it. Fill up tin to the end, and what we do is we just cover with the overlapped parts of cling wrap and place in the freezer for about 5 to 6 hours or overnight. Once cake cooked and completely cooled down in a tin, what we do is, as you can see, it's quite neat cake, so we use only one small butter cake mix. And what we do is we use serrated knife and we'll level cake straight in the tin because it makes just easier and using sides as a guidance. And then what we do is just slightly takes from a side and take out. Now our perfect cake is good. So what we do is now we place cake on top of non-stick baking paper. Position baking paper on top of a tray. It just makes it easier to transfer into freezer. And what we do is we're using basic vanilla frosting and apply around cake. I like to add something before we place cake into freezer. If you are planning to serve cake on top of a plate for stability, for little this sort of plate or any other plate, so leave this round part as it is. If you're planning to serve cake on a flat surface, so or on cake board, so take small amount of the top of cake, just a little bit, just to make sure it's actually able to stay straight, just a little bit. So once it's done, use a flexible ruler to just make this frosting nice and smooth. Once all frosted, what we do is we place it in the freezer for about 40 minutes to 1 hour, or just simply place in the freezer and wait until top, which is ice cream part, it's completely hardened before we assemble these two halves. Once both parts of ice cream cake Pokemon ice cream cake is ready, what we do is we prepare decorations. What we need for decorations: a black and white color fondant. From a black fondant, cut a strip long enough to put around actual ball, and use 3 different round cookie cutters. This one particular 5.5 centimeter diameter, second one 3.5 centimeter in diameter, and the last one is 2 centimeter in diameter. So simply cut out the circles from black fondant first and attach each one with water or sugar glue. Once they're all done, set aside and we assemble cake. First of all, take your basically a base of a cake, our white part of a cake, from a freezer. And if you find that the frosting not as even as you like, so what you do is apply a thin layer of frosting a little bit, or simply use your hands and smooth frosting on top of a cake to make it nice and smooth. So what we do is we just simply place on top of the plate, serving plate or cake board, remove paper, and what we do is we just position a little bit straighter, and what we do is we apply or Nutella, or if you like chalk hazelnut spread, not much difference, on the middle part to join two parts together. Lift the ice cream part by using clean wrap and invert onto non-stick baking paper. Take a basically butter knife and just slightly smooth top of the ice cream to make sure it's nice and smooth. So what we do is after we just simply transfer on top of Nutella part on top of our cake. Then attach all decorations. Now we assemble and decorate ice cream Nutella cake. Thank you very much for your time with me today. Everything will be in the description box. I hope you like this Pokemon ball cake. Thank you. Until next time, goodbye.